Even though I was a huge Grand Theft Auto fan growing up as a kid, I gotta admit, Saints Row low-key had my heart too. And it's unfortunate that when Saints Row 4 came out, Saints Row was already owned by a whole new company, and from that point, Saints Row as a whole franchise went downhill. But if you guys played the first 3 original Saints Row games, especially 2 and 3, you guys know how many unique features that Saints Row had, but some of these features low-key being overpowered over Grand Theft Auto as a whole. What's going on, guys? My name is Mizzly, and in this video we're gonna be talking about 10 different ways how Saints Row almost defeated Grand Theft Auto. And believe it or not, there are some pretty hefty features in here, so sit back, relax, grab a snack, and let's get into it, especially if you haven't played the game. And for our number 10 spot, we have character customization. And I'm not talking about any old multiplayer character customization. I'm talking about create your own character and he's the protagonist of the game. You can also choose his own physique, his style, how he walks, how he talks. It's insane. And not to mention, the character customization was super dynamic for this time frame. You can literally create any character from any game, bro. I literally made Big Smoke from GTA San Andreas and put him in Saints Row because you get it, like, you know what I'm saying, Ball of Saints, you know. And yeah, you have other games where you can create your own protagonist, but it's not like Saints Row how your character actually interacts with the other characters. And in the character customization, you can also pick your own emotes, kind of like in Skate 3. One emote will make other people cheer you on, and one emote will probably make people want to fight you. It's pretty funny. And the most important thing about the character customization feature in this game is that you can change how your character looks at any point in time in this game compared to any other game. Which means if you got bored of how your character looks, or if you want to change how your style is or how you walk, you can just go to the plastic surgeon and change it just like that. Not for free, of course. And coming in on number 9 spot, we have environment interaction. Kind of like in GTA 4, how you can pick up items off the ground, except you can only pick up cups or bricks or some shit like that in GTA 4. In Saints Row, you can actually pick up whole chairs, a table, a trash can, a mailbox, a stop sign. And better yet, unlike in GTA 4, when you pick up these items, you can actually use them as a weapon, hitting people with them or even throwing them at people. Low-key, I feel like this feature is more overpowered in Saints Row 2 because if you're fighting a whole bunch of pimps, they'll literally just pick up some shit and like hit you with it, and your character is ragdoll. That shit's funny as shit. And if you like super punch them, but if a character picks up an item, they just drop it and they fall and you're gonna steal it from them and throw it at them. This feature is also a fun way to disarm enemies in the game, because if you throw like a trash can at an enemy with their gun, and they will literally drop their weapon and you have a moment of time to kill them before they go back and pick it up. But in some occasions, they might even pick up the item that you threw at them and throw it back at you or hit you with it. And one of the main reasons why I love this feature so much is because in Saints Row 2 and 3, the pedestrians just give off a I don't give a vibe. And to me, that shit is just mad funny. And coming in at number 8 spot, we have music stores. Not only were the early Saints Row games already known for their soundtrack, but the game also allowed the player to go to music stores to buy new songs from a wide variety of genres to play in your car when you drive around. And I'm talking about popular songs too, like songs that were popping back in the day that didn't even make it into GTA. I'm talking popular songs by Big Pun, Fat Joe, Nas, Nayo, Young Jeezy, bro. Like, bro, the artist. I'm pretty sure Saints Row eventually got rid of this feature later down the line, which is unfortunate. But that feature in Saints Row 2 alone was what made that game more overpowered over Grand Theft Auto 4, because you could literally go buy music to have play in your car compared to just listening to the same repetitive soundtracks that were already made in the game. And that's another thing, Saints Row 2 is literally a GTA 4 / GTA San Andreas hybrid. That shit's mad funny. And for the number 7 spot, we have Unlockables. Don't get me wrong, Grand Theft Auto also did have some pretty nice Unlockables, but nowhere near as good as the Unlockables in Saints Row 2 and 3. Except the only difference is in GTA and Saints Row, the only way to unlock things in Saints Row is by doing side quests, and in GTA you do missions and you unlock stuff. But sometimes it's by side quests too, I can't lie. Like for example, the only way you can unlock the shock paddles as a weapon in Saints Row is by doing the medical side quests. But in GTA, if you do medical side quests, you don't actually get any Unlockables. And Saints Row 3 actually has some pretty wacky and wild Unlockables compared to Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5. And the only reason why I compare Saints Row 3 to Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5 is because Saints Row 3 came out before GTA 5 and after Grand Theft Auto 4, and they kind of have each other kind of roasting each other about each other's game. But come on, think about it. Who doesn't want to walk around in the city causing mayhem dressed up as a literal toilet? That's one thing I love about how Saints Row used to treat their games, is that they didn't take it too seriously. Unlike GTA, the humor in the old Saints Row games is probably 5 times better than GTA, 100%. Like, who doesn't want a nice lady who teaches piano lessons named Laura to come back you up with a shotgun if you ever need any help? If you know, you know. And some other cool Unlockables, there was the Suez truck in Saints Row 2, the VTOL in Saints Row 3, the Professor Genki cannonball car in Saints Row 3, as well as the Mollusk launcher in Saints Row 3. Like, it was a rocket launcher that shot little baby octopuses. Like, that shit was funny. And those are just a few of the many cool Unlockables that the Saints Row games have. And coming in at the number 6 spot, we have gang and crib customizations. Yes, in Grand Theft Auto Online, you can customize your penthouse, but in Saints Row 1, 2, and 3, you can actually customize your entire crib. Each house has different styles, which is pretty cool. Obviously, the most expensive one was the nicest. I think it was a pretty nice feature that they put in the game that they didn't have to. As well as the gang style customization. Unlike in GTA San Andreas, you know, when you have your gang. Saints Row, you can actually customize how they dress. They had like 80s gang style, they had pimps, and they had some sort of sporty style, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty sure that this feature is in every Saints Row game except the new one, but every Saints Row game has different styles for your gang. It's just small features like that that actually made us players feel like we were more involved with our gang and had more control. I mean, our main protagonist is actually considered one of the leaders, so it makes sense why we would have the ability to customize our gang. And for the number 5 spot, we have combat. Even though the combat in GTA San Andreas and GTA 4 was amazing, it does not compete to the combat in Saints Row 2 and 3. Technically, all the Saints Rows except the new one. There was a bunch of different moves, like for example, if you ran towards a pedestrian and punched, your character would jump up in the air and do some sort of slam, bro. It was insane. And you could also make your own combos and even mix and match gunfight and combos together, like by picking up somebody and throwing them and shooting them in midair. It was insane. And I really f***ed with the executions on Saints Row the 3rd. Those executions are wild. I low-key might have to put Saints Row the 3rd's combat in front of Saints Row 2's combat. I don't know about you, but fighting them Oleg niggas was mad funny. Overall, Saints Row did a very good job at having the randomness at a max, especially within the combat system. They just knew exactly what we wanted. I feel like Saints Row's activities deserve the number 4 spot solely because they thought outside of the box when it comes to mini games compared to Grand Theft Auto. Like, come on, who knew we needed a random mini game called car surfing just from standing on top of a car and clicking Y, and you have to balance and make sure you don't fall off. You also got unlockables from some of these activities. For example, on Saints Row 2, car surfing for a minute long gets you a cone hat. And one of my favorite side activities was actually the ragdoll game, because all you really had to do was throw yourself around and you would just hit items, and the more things you hit, the more money you would get. And just hitting cars, you would bounce up hella high in the air and go mad fast. They also had underground cage fighting and this other game mode called Mayhem, where you literally get money by destroying property or even people. And the best one out of all of them, Demo Derby. Although the earlier GTA games had a similar game mode like this, what made Saints Row's version unique is that you could actually customize each car, and how you build your car decides whether or not if your car is strong enough for the derby. And before we get to the final 3, I actually wanted to mention a fun fact. Did you guys know that Saints Row was actually developed before Grand Theft Auto San Andreas? The developers were forced to change their original color from green to purple for the Saints. When Grand Theft Auto San Andreas' trailer came out, the developers of Saints Row were literally panicking. And for the number 3 spot, we have clothing and customizations. Now, I can't really speak on the very first nor the last Saints Row games, but in 1, 2, 3, and 4, not only could you layer your clothing, but you could also customize each and every article of clothing, with each clothing shop, some being hidden, having different items. Now, what made clothing in Saints Row so much more unique compared to GTA is that Saints Row had so much different more clothes, hats, masks. If you wanted to be a superhero, you could be a superhero. If you wanted to be a furry, you could be a furry. And yeah, I understand that Grand Theft Auto Online has all this too, but Saints Row 1, 2, and 3 came out before Grand Theft Auto Online did. You gotta keep that in mind. And coming in at number 2 spot, we have cheat codes. Every game developer that knew they had a banger in their hands had cheat codes in mind as well. Saints Row cheat codes are so wacky and wild, they were just unfathomable. You had the UFO cheat in Saints Row 2. We also had the zombie apocalypse cheat in Saints Row 3, as well with cheats that will replace every pedestrians with pimps and hoes. Giant fists that will explode people as you punch them. Bro, there was many cheats that Grand Theft Auto just could not compete against. And obviously the best one overall, the money cheat. Who doesn't want to buy everything off rip? And last but not least, coming at the number 1 spot, we have Saints Row 1's gang servers. Yeah, you heard me right. Saints Row had RP before GTA RP was even thought of. The gangs feature on Saints Row 1 allowed the players to create their own gangs and open a server, and other players would be able to join the server with their gangs. There was even a leaderboard that would show every single gang that has been created from the most popular to the least popular. And yeah, that's right. That means people back in the day were really making montages on Saints Row in order to get into a lot of these popular gangs. And once Saints Row 2 dropped, it wouldn't be soon after until Saints Row 1 got its final update, removing this feature as a whole. Fans hoped and begged Volition to bring back this feature in Saints Row 2, but they never did. Not even in Saints Row 3 or 4 or Get Out of Hell or the new one. In fact, as soon as they removed this feature, the multiplayer feature in Saints Row completely died. People only played co-op. or we'll just go play GTA Online. And it's really hard to explain how truly amazing this feature really was, because I myself missed out on it. And if you were there for that time frame, only you can really say how amazing it was. Like, I'm talking about the type of amazing, if you didn't play Family Guy Online, you didn't know, you missed out. Comment down below if you played the gangs feature in Saints Row 1. And if you did you have a whole empire, and how big was your empire? I actually want to know. But that will be the end when it comes to this video, guys. I hope you guys did very much enjoy this video. I had a lot of fun making this video because I very much love Saints Row and I very much love Grand Theft Auto, so I thought I'd just put these features to make it known that Saints Row actually almost beat Grand Theft Auto at one point, and I feel like not a lot of people know that. In fact, Saints Row 2 and 3 alone are the only two Saints Row games that actually successfully managed to put a little bit of intimidation at Rockstar. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, especially if you guys are new to the channel. And if you guys are a fan of GFUEL, you guys can use code Miz at checkout to receive 30% off. And if you guys are starting school, we have a back to school BOGO right now, so that means you could buy one and get one for free. That's two for the price of one. And until next time, as always, remember this one thing: there's only one of you. I love you. Peace. Go.